Alrighty, Daredevil, Season 2, Episode 2, Shoot the Moon. Um, I don't know what to, say. It was kind of a boring episode, not only for the fact that the allegory of Fisk's task force being ICE and picking on all the, natives of New York, all the non-whites, is becoming quite a stretch to me. It's like, we get it, he's a bad guy, but like all bad guys, he's incompetent, apparently. And why I say that is New York is one of the most heavily surveilled cities in the world, at least in the real universe, I guess, or whatever this you call this psychokinetic construct, however you want to label it. So why wouldn't it be like that in this New York? And I've seen I haven't delved into it, of when this is in the timeline. And again, still, like, all the stuff that's happened to New York, and everybody's just like, oh, golly gee, let's just get, somebody that was in prison as the mayor. New Yorkers aren't that stupid, right? So it's almost beyond believability. And so, okay, we saw that Frank Castle's around, and we saw that Bullseye's around. But this was kind of a very lackluster episode, just kind of treading water. And we see them in their alternate disguises, trying to hide. And it just it's not interested. It's boring. And we knew who was playing the video. Fisk was Ben's granddaughter. So no surprise there. And then the guy who's wanting to be deputy mayor, he's starting to get all worried. And, Fisk isn't, evil enough. He's threatening this guy, not really doing anything about it. And they're kind of in the aftermath of the end of the last episode in the mayor's office. So I'm just there's nothing really going on. I don't see any progression per se, except Fisk's old lady wants to retire from all this, and he doesn't how sand feels in between his toes. Somebody else bitching about sand. Oh boy, that's original. And I want to like it because it has potential, but where's Spider-Man? Or does this happen and then the movie happens so it doesn't really. Why don't we have J. Jonah Jameson saying anything or being part of the lockstep, the fucking believers of this brave new world that supposedly Fisk is creating in New York? So it's beyond the pale of believability, and I'm just not. It doesn't. This episode didn't do it for me. I would have liked to have seen something more about Swordsman. Oh yeah, everything's just this black hole that goes, well, okay, but, maybe something exists in that black hole, so why don't we find out? And we run into the guy who got killed at the end of last season, his wife and daughter, and then the mother, the wife gets pulled in, and the kid doesn't, which I found that weird, because there were thieves breaking in, not breaking in, but they were stealing alcohol, and I'm like, okay, so... And then all of a sudden the cops show up, so I'm just... It's not really... It's just not believable, and it's not even entertaining. And it needs to be both believable and entertaining. And in the larger Marvel universe of New York. So I'm just eh. So, this would be a hard pass episode. But that's what I thought. What do you think? Drop a comment, let me know. Like, share, subscribe. Bye.